I'm about to show you how to hire a full content team to blow up your personal brand and business in 2025. Just like I've done with over 50 clients to build brands like this, and this. Now, 99% of entrepreneurs trying to build a personal brand fail because they don't have the right team in place, which leads to their channel looking like this. They have crappy video editors, thumbnail designers from Upwork and Fiverr, and scriptwriters that just use ChatGPT. But once you understand how to hire the right people on your team, it will allow you to position yourself as an authority, make better content than your competition, and get tons of views that turn into high-paying clients. But first, we have to understand how content teams at different levels actually look. All right, so when you are hiring a content team, there are a couple different budgets that you can hire at. And as you grow your business, as you grow your personal brand over time, you're going to go through these levels. So it starts off at $600 a month, and we go all the way up to around $20,000 a month. Now, some people like Alex Hormozi have even bigger content teams. They have content teams almost, doing $100,000 a month that they're actually like paying $100,000 a month that make them millions a month back, right? But the beginning, your goal is to get to around $20,000 a month, and this can generate you anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million a month, spending $20K a month on content. So let's start off on the beginning, right? If you're a beginning entrepreneur, or you're just thinking about starting your personal brand and you don't really know whether it's something you want to go all into, or you just don't have the budget to spend 20 grand a month on a content team. Let's go ahead and go through the $600 a month content team. So it's very simple. For one, you have yourself, your CEO, founder. That would be you filming the videos, right? So that would be your main responsibility, would be filming the videos and making sure these two people stay on top of their work. So how this team is structured at around $600 a month, it will allow you to get 4 videos out per week. And these are mostly going to be very raw videos, because if you have higher production videos, it's simply going to cost more to edit, and it's simply going to cost more to actually produce, right? So these are going to be very simple videos. Now, the first and most important hire that you're going to actually get for this kind of content team is going to be a thumbnail designer. Now, you're going to be paying about $25 per thumbnail, and that's about $100 monthly for 4 videos, right? So you're going to be spending about $100 a month on a thumbnail. Now, a lot of people actually skip out on this step, and it really, really holds them back. They pay $5 to $10 per thumbnail designer, which is just not enough. You're gonna get really bad quality, and thumbnail designs are the most important part of YouTube. I can guarantee you that. Like, there is no other part of YouTube, the editing, the script writing, the intros, nothing as important as the actual thumbnail itself. So this is about what a $25 thumbnail should look like. This is a video that I made that got 215,000 views in the business space. This is one of my favorite thumbnails we've done, and it was $25, right? So this is what you should aim for if you are spending about $25 on an actual thumbnail image. Where do you actually hire these people? Because $25 is gonna be a lot different than a $500 thumbnail designer, right? So what does that look like? Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on to Upwork. Now, on Upwork, what you're going to do is just go ahead and log in. So what you're gonna do on Upwork is literally just post a job. You're gonna post a job for $25 for a thumbnail designer, and that's pretty much it. You're gonna just hire the best person. You're gonna basically give them a raw image, and what you can do is actually give them the file before you hire them, and so you can basically have them do a test thumbnail, and if you hire them, you can pay them for that, but you can essentially get a bunch of people to do test thumbnails for you, pick the best one, and that's the best way to hire. That's the best way that I've found to do it. It's the way that I do it with all of my clients on Upwork. But again, this is on the lowest level, so we're gonna hire from different places as we move up the actual pricing chain. And then next hire is going to be a long form editor. Now, you're gonna spend about $100 per editor or per video on this kind of budget, which is not gonna get you much editing. I'm not gonna lie, like, you're not gonna get much editing. But if you wanna keep it below like $1,000 a month, then this is kind of really what you have to do. So an example of this would be this video by Nick Setting, which is someone who we've helped, build out a funnel for and everything like that. So
100 to 150 per quality. The exact 5-step funnel that made me over $1 million in the last 1.5 years, starting from complete scratch, is something that I will be explaining you here in today's video. After this video, you'll be extremely clear on the exact.
So as you can see, this video is literally just him recording a loom, right? It's nothing crazy. And this is about what $100 will get you. They'll cut up your video, cut out any mistakes, make sure everything flows properly, but they're not gonna be doing animations, they're not gonna be doing anything like that. So with this kind of content, it's very good for beginner business owners because it's very high conversion, because you're going over very advanced stuff. and you're solving prospects' problems, right? So after you make a video like this, prospect will come to you and be like, okay, this guy knows his stuff. He's showing me this in-depth breakdown, and they will pay you a lot of money. So Nick's currently doing over $100,000 a month from his YouTube channel with 7,000 subscribers, getting on average 2 to 3K views per video. And he's doing that with around $100 per edit. So don't think just because you want to keep it lean and you want to not spend a lot on content that you can't make a lot of money. All right. And then the next kind of level that we're going to go to is $1,400 per month. So $1,400 per month, that's kind of the next jump that you're gonna actually take. And this is where you start to get into more sit down talking head videos, which I will show you in a second. So it's structured very similarly, right? We have the thumbnail designer and the long form editor. So now all we're changing on this $1,400 a month level is that we are upping the editing cost and upping the thumbnail design cost a little bit. So this is a thumbnail that we did for Joel Kaplan, which is one of our clients. We grew him from 5,000 to 250,000 subscribers in 1 year. I made him over $6 million online. And we were spending around $50 on every thumbnail to make thumbnails like this. That would get anywhere from 10 to 100,000 views, right? So here's the thumbnail quality. This is kind of what you want from a $50 thumbnail. Now, you do have to hire the right people. So how do you do that? Well, what we're gonna do, instead of going to Upwork, we're actually gonna go to Twitter. Now, if you go to Twitter, this is by far the best place to find quality thumbnail designers. So you're gonna go to Explore, and then you're going to go into Thumbnail Designer. Now you're going to find some sort of good thumbnail designer. So Mustafa is a great thumbnail designer. I think he charges around $300 or $400 per thumbnail. So you're not really going to be actually going on his pricing level yet, but you can find his page. You can see obviously he's done really good work, right? He has great thumbnails. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go into the people he's following, because good thumbnail designers are going to follow other good thumbnail designers. So what you can do is just kind of go through this list and literally DM all of these people, or have a VA go through and DM all of these people. So you see Thumbnail Grail, thumbnail artist with 15 years of experience. I think he charges around 100, 200. So you could just DM him, see if you can get him down. Zas, probably about the same, right? But Panda, for example, this guy probably charges around $50 per thumbnail. So you could just reach out to this entire list, see which of them are in your budget, and then just hire from there. And you have literally hundreds and hundreds of world-class thumbnail designers in this list. So once you run out of people under Mustafa, just go to Thumbnail Grail, and then go to the people he's following, 619 new people. And there will be some overlap, but the majority of these people will be new. So that's exactly how you find thumbnail designers. And this is where I would recommend you hire thumbnail designers, anywhere from the $50 to $500 level. Now, if we go back to the Miro, we're gonna go over to the editing. Now, on this budget, you can start to do sit-down talking head content. What you can also do is do more sit-down intros and then back into looms, and that'll make the looms even better, or the in-depth breakdowns or Google Doc trainings or presentations that you're doing on YouTube. That will make those even more engaging, and I'll show you an example of that in a second. But here's an example of what a $300 edit would look like for a sit-down talking head video. So this is AC Hampton. So you can see the editing is nothing crazy, but it is nice. It looks good. He has a good setup. You can essentially get this for around $300 per video, which is a very good price for something like this. And as you can see, this video got 101,000 views, right? He probably made a ton of money off of this video, and he probably spent about $300 per edit. So you can go through and see, like, it's very simple editing, A cam, B cam switches. You have stuff popping up on the screen. You have zooms, little CTAs, animations, and all of that. So very good kind of level to be at. If you're spending $1,400 a month, you can grow pretty fast, but it's just not going to be optimized as much as it could at the next level. So another example of $300 a month editing is this right here. So $300 a month editing would be like Ravi Abuvala. So Ravi, on majority of his content, he breaks down stuff like this, right? So he'll break down like this. This video edit is probably around $300. It's very simple, it's very effective, and it's edited very high quality, right? So he's overlaying this, and he's just like basically matching everything to what Ravi's saying. Now, that may seem like very easy, kind of like the Miro, but it's actually a bit more difficult. So this edit is probably around $200 to $300 as well. And that's a very good example of what that looks like. So where do you find these long form editors? How you're gonna find these people is, for one, through Twitter. So Twitter is the best place. What you're going to look through is video editing, and you're going to basically do the exact same strategy. So you're going to go here, you're going to find someone who is edited, who they look really, really good, like this guy looks all right, you know, probably about a $300 editing level, nothing crazy. You're going to go to the people he's following and just go through those, right? So video editor, just basically go through, DM all of these people, see their work and see what their budget is, and then try to get them for $300, right? Or $400 or $500, whatever you're kind of going for. And there's a little bit different of a strategy that we like to use when hiring editors that are more $400 to $800, which we'll go to in the later levels, because that's where you really get some crazy edits and are able to blow up your personal brand extremely fast and make a ton of money online. So that is the $1,400 a month level. That is the $1,400 a month level. At this level, you can expect to grow pretty fast. You're still not going to grow as fast as some of the other levels, but you'll still grow probably 40, 50,000 subscribers in a year, which is not bad. Now, the next one is $5,000 a month. And this is where things start to get serious, because this is where you start taking advantage of other platforms as well. So obviously you have your CEO and founder, and then what you're going to do is you're actually going to hire a strategist. What is a strategist? Well, a strategist is going to come into your business and basically handle the actual strategy of the YouTube side, because that's the most important part, right? Like, what thumbnails do you actually make? What videos do you actually make? Because if you don't have those things optimized, most people are just guessing. They'll sit down, they'll look at their competitors, and then they'll make videos that did well for their competitors, which just doesn't work. So what you need to do is basically hire a strategist who knows how to properly come up with ideas, where he's going into other niches with similar audiences, taking concepts that have done well, bringing them back into your niche where they've never been done before, and essentially have zero competition, but also have proven demand. And that's really where a strategist comes in, because they know how to do that ideation. They know how to actually run a YouTube channel, what concepts to make, how to, you know, look at your analytics, optimize your videos, and basically give you a ton of feedback on that end. I would say the majority of YouTube strategists are more focused on entertainment channels. And that's why you see all these big numbers, because entertainment audiences are super big. There's only a few people on the business side who actually know business and YouTube. And that's a very rare skill set to have. So there are only a few strategists on the actual business side that know how to monetize an audience and capture a new audience, and are focused purely on business channels. So where do you hire a YouTube strategist? Well, for one, you can work with us. Our clients currently do over $1 million a month just from organic. So we have multiple clients doing over $100,000 a month in profit. We've had clients hit $600,000-$700,000 a month purely organically. And we work with purely entrepreneurs, specifically people with high ticket programs. And we work with some of the biggest coaches, consultants, and agencies in the game. And we've worked with some of the biggest coaches, consultants, and agencies in the game. We worked with Joel Kaplan. We grew his brand to 250,000 subs. We worked with Ty Lopez, who you guys probably all know. We worked with Abdul Faruqi, he's done over $100 million online. We've worked with over 50 seven-figure entrepreneurs. So if you want me to personally scale your business on YouTube and get you a ton of leads and income, then book a call with my team in the first link in the description, and we'll give you a full audit on your channel and see if it's a good fit to work together. So that is the strategist role, and what that will allow you to do is basically grow 10 to 100 times faster. Now, on the thumbnail design side, what you're going to do is you're going to start spending even more on thumbnails, because again, thumbnails are the highest leverage point on your YouTube channel. So now you're going to be spending about $100 per thumbnail. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, Lyndon, that's a lot of money. $100 on one image is a lot to spend. Well, how YouTube works is basically you're competing with all of these other videos, right? So every time that your video gets tested against a similar video, it tests it on CTR and AVD. So if your CTR, or your click-through rate, which is how good your thumbnail is worse than this other video, then your video is going to stop getting views and the other video is going to keep getting views, right? Which you do not want. You want to beat that other video. So that's why we spend $100, because most people aren't spending that, right? And that just allows you to absolutely crush it. Now, when I first started Amplify Views, which is our main YouTube channel about a year ago, I was spending about $300 per thumbnail, right? But you can see instantly off the gate, from when we first posted our first video, we were getting insane views, right? And that is the main reason why. Like, obviously our videos were good, but the thumbnails are the main thing. So it's gonna be the exact same process to hire the $100 thumbnails. Just go on Twitter, do that same thing, and you're gonna get thumbnails about like this. This is about the quality. So next thing you're gonna spend money on is you're gonna up the cost on long form editing. And this is very important, because how your video is edited is extremely important, right? You need to keep viewers engaged. People like the raw style. And again, if you're doing the lower budget, you can do the raw style. It will work, it will make you money, but this is gonna work even better because it's optimized for people's human psychology, right? So this is about what the level of editing you're going to get will look like on a $400 video.
100 businesses and found 8 secrets that successful ones use to make millions and millions of dollars with the same effort that everyone else puts in. Diving deep into the numbers of these businesses, their marketing strategies, their sales strategies, has given me the hidden formula to act.
So as you can see, the animation is great. He's making stuff from scratch, and it's a very, very engaging video, right? That is exactly what you want, and that's exactly why you're spending $400 per, which comes out to about $1,600 monthly. Now, the actual process to hire is the exact same. Go on Twitter, hire from Twitter. There's a ton of great editors on there. There's literally probably tens of thousands of qualified editors that you can hire from. And most people are looking on Upwork and Fiverr. It does not work. That's the long form editing. Now on the short form editing side, you're going to spend about $50 per short. And that comes out to about $1,500 monthly. So what that looks like, what you're going to get for that quality is something around this, which is really all you need.
Life is going to come easy. Back when I was 19 years old, my life was genuinely a living hell. I had no direction. I didn't understand who I wanted to become or what I wanted to accomplish in life. I was healing an insane amount of trauma.
So you can see he has animations, it looks good. The biggest thing that you're paying for with a $50 short edit is not just the animations, because anyone can do like little Iman Gaji animations, but what you're doing is you're paying for someone who understands editing and understands pacing, and that's why you spend $50 and not $10. Because if you're just doing $10 edits with Iman Gaji animations, it's just not worth it. There's like, you're not really gonna grow, and it's just, it doesn't build a good brand. So we want to make sure you actually have a good brand like this, right? And that's why you're paying that price. So to hire short form editors, you're going to do the exact same strategy. You're going to go on Twitter and you're going to go to video editing and you're going to go to the following, but then you're going to DM all of these editors again, and you're going to essentially ask them if they do short form. Because what you don't want, one of the hardest roles to actually hire is short form editors. And that's because anyone who puts short form editor in their bio is not a real editor, right? So what you want to do is look for long form editors that are also open to doing short form content, because what that will allow you to do is get an experienced editor who's actually good at editing and isn't just some guy who took an Iman Gaji animation course that will actually understand how to pace your videos. So that's exactly how you're going to hire, and you're going to offer them about $50 per short. All right, and so now we've gone up from the $5,000 a month. The $5,000 a month will get you to 100,000 subscribers. Like all of these, this one's not probably going to get you to 100,000. This will probably get you a lot of money. Like you can get to 100 grand a month on this one. This one you can get to, you know, a couple hundred grand a month. This one you could definitely get to 300-400 grand a month, and 100,000 subscribers on this one. This is where you start to get to 100,000 subscriber range. These are more like a money play. This is more subs, personal brand, and money. Then $10,000 a month. This is going to be where things start to get serious. So we have a lot more hires here. Now, biggest change here, you still have the strategist. Obviously that's very important. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pay about $200 per thumbnail. Right. So I paid about $200 for this thumbnail, and again, on a brand new channel, got 27,000 views. That's really, really good, especially in the business space, right? I'm talking about YouTube growth, very small market compared to like entertainment or something like that. This is about the quality that you're going to get for about $200 per thumbnail. And the reason why this is a good thumbnail is because it's never been done before. He didn't just go on Iman Gaji's YouTube channel and was like, oh, this is a nice thumbnail, let me copy it, right? He actually made this design from scratch and designed it based on his knowledge of thumbnails. Because when you pay $200 per thumbnail, you're going to get someone who is talented, right? And that's the goal, right? You're going to get someone who actually knows what they're doing and actually can make concepts from scratch that they know are going to work and that no one has ever seen before, which allows you to stand out from the competition. So upping the thumbnail cost, what you're also going to do is now you're going to hire a scriptwriter, right? So a scriptwriter is not something you want to cut corners on. You don't want to hire like a $300, even $500 is a bit tough. We offer scriptwriting at $500 because we found a way to actually get around that. So really this can get down to $2,000 a month, but we reserve that purely for our paying clients because that's just a ridiculous price to get like a good script, right? So if you're going normally, you're going to be paying a minimum of $1,000 per. $1,000 per script. That's going to be $4,000 monthly. That's a fat cost, but it's going to essentially take away all the time that you have to script. So here's a script that we have. So here's a script from one of my best friends, runs one of the best script writing agencies in the world. And he wrote the script for one of our clients. So the hook goes, this is the easiest way to start TikTok Shop and make thousands of dollars in passive income every single month. Because to succeed on TikTok Shop, you only need to overcome 3 main challenges. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what these 3 challenges are, along with the proven strategies that I personally use to scale my own TikTok Shop to multiple 6 figures. So even if you're a total beginner, by the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to start TikTok Shop without spending any money on upfront inventory, followers, even making your first $1,000 from TikTok Shop as soon as this week, right? So it's optimized. Like, these hooks are good. These hooks will get, tens to hundreds of thousands of views, right? And he has the entire body scripted out. Everything is optimized. Everything's written. No AI. You don't want to use AI. And this is a very good hire. It'll save you about an extra 3 hours a week. What you're going to change on the other side, you're still going to be paying $400 per video. Don't really need to change that. Now, there are tons of ways to hire scriptwriters. You can look on Twitter. There's some, but typically they're not the best quality. And again, you really want to look for someone premium because you don't want to you don't want to cut corners on scripts, or else your content's just not going to be good. The other one is ytjobs.co. This is where some of the best YouTube talent is actually going to be hanging out. And it's a lot more premium. I'm actually great friends with the owner, the guy who made this, and it is probably the best place to hire super, super good quality talent. So if you look at the jobs on here, we have everything from editors. And as you can see, this video editor costs $1,500 per video, right? So it's definitely way more premium. You can find lower thumbnail designers, but it's just really not worth it. The cheaper guys on here are not that good quality, but the people who charge a lot on here are really, really good quality. So boom, scriptwriter, right? For long form, 150 to 750. So most scriptwriters that you find are going to be very, very bad. So you could look at this guy, see if he's good, but you really want to make sure that he's good. But what you can do is just look up on all job types, scriptwriter, and boom, you have a ton here. So you can look through these. Hire, I wouldn't recommend spending below $1,000 a script unless you can get extremely lucky, but I've never had that happen. But the other way to hire a good scriptwriter and also just shortcut all of this is just hit me up and I'll connect you with one of my best friends who charges $1,000 per script, but he's one of the best in the world. He works with people like Jordan Welch, Matt Gray, acquisition.com, all of these companies. Next, you're going to look at the long form editing. So long form editing is not going to change. You don't really need to upgrade your editing, but what you will add is a backup editor here. So once you get to the $10,000 a month range, you really want to just have a backup editor that you can go to, just in case the long form editor can't take on a project or something like that. And that's the exact same process. You still pay them $400 per, just a good idea. And then what you're going to add here is also a virtual assistant. So instead of you posting the content, you're going to hire a virtual assistant to post the content for you, and you're just going to train them on that, which you can just find on onlinejobs.ph, which you can just get a virtual assistant in the Philippines, anywhere from $3 to $5 an hour, or $300-400 a month. Super cheap, really good hire. That's one of the first hires I actually made. That's that, and then you're still going to be spending $50 per, but what you can add on here is a $25 per video short form clipper. Now, what this is going to do is take some of your actual podcasts that you've done, if you have done podcasts, or just take your old YouTube videos and clip them up and make them really, really, really good and engaging for the algorithms. So here's one that we did for Joel.
Understand when I say don't follow your passion. What I really mean is don't follow your passion first, especially if you don't have the resources, because then it's a trap. You're always going to be needing more resources, but you're trying to follow your passion, but you need more resources, but you're trying to follow your passion. And I think look, you have to really know your why and follow your passion and do what you love, but it's a matter of sequence.
Boom. So you can see some of these videos have even gotten 1.7 million views. This is a very powerful way to just get some extra eyeballs on your content, and it costs you $750 a month. It's pretty good price for that. So that is the $10,000 a month content team. And this is going to start to actually remove you from the business. It's going to literally just make it so all you have to do is communicate with the editors, communicate with the strategist, and essentially communicate with two main people. And then that's the goal, right? Communicate with two main people and then film. You'll also will have to communicate with the scriptwriter as well. So 3 people. And then the $20,000 a month. Now this is for the entrepreneurs who are extremely serious about growing their personal brand and really want to take it to the next level, also remove themselves from the actual process. What the biggest hire in this one is you're going to hire an in-person creative director / filmer. So this is a $3,000 to $6,000 a month hire, and they will be full-time with you. You don't want someone who's not full-time. Ideally, they have worked on some YouTube channels in the past. They're not a full-blown strategist, but they're still knowledgeable about YouTube, right? They still know about YouTube. They still know how things work. They know what a title is, the thumbnail is. They know how to shoot good videos, and they definitely need cinematography experience. So to hire these people, for one, you can go on YouTube Jobs, but one of the best ways is just look for small YouTubers. So what we're gonna do is go look at the SMMA niche, just some business niche in general, and we're just gonna look for new people. So maybe I tried SMMA. This is a really good search term to look for if you're looking to hire someone in person. I tried means that they've tried it, but they're probably not getting insane results, right? So for example, Tim Yoon, one of my really, really good friends, he now is making enough money, but back when he first started posting on YouTube and he made this video 11 months ago, he would have been a really good person to reach out to, be like, hey, would you want to come work with me in person? I'm a 7-8 figure entrepreneur. You can mentor under me and help me grow my personal brand, right? Because he understands personal branding. This guy, for example, I made $1,100 $100 a month in 30 days trying Iman Gaji's SMMA. And he doesn't have the best thumbnail, but like he would be a good person. He does understand YouTube to a certain extent, right? He would be a good person to have in person as a creative director to manage the entire process and have on your team, right? So you would reach out to Aiden, you'd look for his email or something, view email address, and then you would look here. So that's a really good way to do that. Now, here's me, and this is exactly what Joel did. He saw I got 60,000 views on this video, and then Joel reached out to me like 2 years ago and was like, hey, come work for me in person, right? And I was like, sure, I'll go mentor under an 8-figure entrepreneur. Why not? Like, and that really kickstarted my business career, right? So it's a win-win for both people, and you can really find a lot of good talent, like even this guy, anyone who's not pulling like insane views like this guy, but still understands YouTube to a certain extent is going to be a very good hire. So that's where I would find them. You can also look on Twitter. That's fine. You could also post a job on YouTube Jobs, be like, hey, I want in person. If you have an Instagram following, you could also use that. Like that's going to be very good for hiring pretty much all of these roles, to be honest, because then you have someone also bought in on your vision. And then still going to have your strategist, still have your scriptwriter, and now you're going to bump the price of thumbnails up to $250 to $300 per, and that's going to be about $1,000 to $1,200 monthly. So this is going to get you thumbnails more like this. I know I literally used to work with the guy who made this thumbnail for Jordan Bound. This video got 4 million views and made Jordan Bound over $1 million just off this one video, right? And that's the guy who made this is called Diltoma. You can feel free to hit him up. Really talented thumbnail designer, one of the best in the world. I've used him on my own channels and he's just a savage. So that's gonna be one of the big changes, just keeping upping that thumbnail price. That's the highest leverage thing you can do. But now what you're also going to do is have a long form editor that you're paying a little bit more. So now you're gonna go from $400 to $800 per month. And what that's going to allow you to do is really get extremely good editing. So if you look at this video, which is one of ours,
Kind of story applies to one-star reviews. I can never been harder. Like important to surprise your audience. There is a lost art to YouTube storytelling. We all know that feeling of being sucked into a video, so invested that nothing could take us away. Well, that feeling is not created by accident. It looks like this. And whether you make talking head videos, challenges, or cinematic masterpieces, you cannot ignore it. Because when you understand story, it will allow you to make a real impact on the viewer.
so this is going to allow you to get like way more advanced animations like this. Like we literally animated a book from scratch, right? And that's going to be about $800 per video, which is definitely not cheap, but it is a very high leverage point and you're going to get a lot more views by making better videos, right? So very important. One key thing to note here is this in-person creative director that you hire, what they're going to do is they're going to film in person with you. One of my clients, Tim Long, who's done like 25 million online, he has an in-person, like literally lives with him full time, creative director. It helps a ton because then he has that person just manage all of the content that completely removes him from the content, which is extremely powerful. When you have this setup, basically as the CEO slash founder, all you're doing is filming videos and then communicating with your creative director who manages the entire content team. That's the real key here, because this removes you from all the communication and it just allows you to focus on all the other things that are higher leverage in your business. So those are the huge changes here. And this is really what a content team that gets you to $1 million a month looks like. Like this is what it looks like. Now, this is for one video per week. If you want to expand this, what you can do is pretty much double this. You probably add another $10,000 and just double the actual long form editing, right? So you have, boom, you just literally double this. You literally just double this. So you literally just double this and then just double the amount of hires that you have and boom, you are getting 2 videos out per week. Right? And then you're going to double your thumbnail cost, double your script writing cost as well, which is going to put you at about $30,000, $35,000 a month. You're not going to hire another strategist or in-person creative director. So, and if you look at people like Hormozi, Iman Gaji, what he's done is literally just duplicated this system. So he has like 3 in-house thumbnail designers that go through and update all his old backlog. If you look at his editing team, he has like 3 full-time editors who just edit the videos. He has animators, basically all of these roles, right? So you could really just scale this to the moon. You could spend $100,000 a month, duplicate some of these roles, and be getting out, 10 short form videos per day, 5 YouTube videos a week, probably 3 on one channel, 2 on a second channel, and just be making a ton of money, which is extremely important. But the biggest thing on all of this is that you actually have the right monetization system, because if you have this system and you're paying all of these people, but you don't know how to actually convert that traffic, right? Going from type 1 content, which is more reach content, to type 2 content, which is more tutorial in-depth content, to type 3 content, which is more case study content. You're basically bringing people down your funnel and then funneling them to a free course, which is the most powerful funnel on YouTube right now. Then it doesn't really matter, right? You're just gonna get a lot of views, you will build your personal brand, you'll probably make some organic deals, but it's not gonna be optimized. So if you wanna see a full breakdown on the best YouTube funnel to run in 2025 so that you can make $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month, $500,000 a month, and even $1 million a month organically, then click here and I'll show you what it is, how it works, and how you can use it to blow up your YouTube channel. Thanks and have a good one.